Dr. Abdullah, you are the former president of AFMI. How do Muslim NRIs see the rise of terrorism in India?
Well, it's a matter of great concern, regardless whether it is in India or Pakistan or any other part of the world. The use of violence against innocent citizens is one of the most disturbing elements of our times, and we view that with great concern, and we hope that if together we could all develop a forum and a position to counter that terrorism and that ideology that believes that violence is justifiable for achieving social change.
Do you think that the Indian government has been successful in containing the rise of terrorism in India?
No, not necessarily. Indian government has allowed terrorism to basically spread. I mean, who were the terrorists who basically demolished the Babri Masjid in 1992? I mean, it was done it was an open act of terrorism. The entire community of Muslims were terrorized by a bunch of thugs and goons who had assembled in Ayodhya and in the name of religion. They basically terrorized the whole nation, and the government of India has not taken any stand against those people who have done. The act of terrorism were committed against Muslims by people of Gujarat under the leadership of Modi, and then the government of India has failed miserably in basically bringing those people to justice, and so on and so forth. India has basically not given security to its own citizens when it comes to fighting terrorists, whether domestic terrorists or foreign terrorists. And certainly we have developed a comprehensive understanding and comprehensive position on that.
Dr. Aslam Abdullah Sahab, what's your observation about the Muslims in India, their approach towards the terrorism in India?
Well, we should not feel shy of taking a principled stand based on our understanding of what Islam tells us. There is no justification for violence, for change under any circumstances. Violence can be fought back only when one's dignity and one's life is at stake, and that decision has to be taken not by individuals but by the community as a whole, whether they are here or they are elsewhere. We cannot allow certain radical elements to interpret religion according to their own understanding and define religion the way we want to define it. There are specific explanation in our religion about the use of violence, but that again, as I mentioned, that there is no justifiable reason for initiating violence in Islam.
But Indian Muslims say that the government and its agencies have not been very clear and honest. They have been in fact biased while taking on terrorism in India.
That is the challenge that we face. That is what the test and trial is, that even in the worst kind of situation we should not lose sight of the principles that we stand for and the position that our religion gives us on these issues. We cannot basically define our faith and our religion on the basis of our convenience. It has to be based on principle. Yes, we might have to pay a price for that, but that price has to be paid for the sanctity of the ideas and for the sanctity of the principles. And certainly, if not in this generation, then in the coming generation, things would be better.
What's your view about 26/11, the Mumbai terror attacks?
It is terrible. It is terrible. Whosoever is responsible certainly acted against humanity as a whole, against his or her religion as a whole, and against the people. And certainly this is not the way to basically make any political stand or a statement or political perspective.
Dr. Abdullah, last question. What's your suggestion for the Indian government? How do they successfully can take on?
I mean, one of the things that the government of India has so far not done is that it has not relied on some people's power. It should have called a conference of religious communities and religious organizations and philanthropic groups and the social and other groups to basically come together to see if terrorism can be tackled in all its dimensions. But when the government of India politicizes the issue and then uses that as a tool to basically score points in foreign policy against Pakistan, then a whole issue has become politicize. Terrorism is a major issue. Why has the government of India not taken a stand against Modi? Why the government of India has not taken a stand against those people who demolished Babri Masjid? Why the government of India has not taken a stand against those 16,000 people who are killed in this country every year as a result of terrorism? So it's a major problem. But whenever they would, or anybody would try to politicize the issue, we would not have a just reasonable solution for any problem. And in that respect, the government of India has failed to basically bring together the people of different faith and different ideas so that they could themselves become the champions of the force against terrorism.
Thank you very much.